The Earth. You already know that our planet is called the Earth and that it's part of the solar system. But do you know that the solar system is elliptical? This means that it has the shape of an egg. The Sun is an enormous star which is at the center of the solar system, and the Earth and other planets orbit it. There are 8 planets in the solar system, but the Earth is the only planet with life on it. The blue planet. From space, the Earth looks blue. This is because about 75% of the surface of the planet is water. Most of this water is in the Earth's oceans. The oceans are separated by continents, which are large masses of land. These are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia and Oceania. The Pacific Ocean is the biggest and deepest ocean. It covers almost 1/3 of the Earth, and it's located between Asia, Australia and Oceania, North America, and South America. The Indian Ocean is the warmest ocean. It's located between Asia, Australia and Oceania, and Africa. Almost 40% of the world's oil is extracted from under the Indian Ocean and the land nearby. The Atlantic Ocean is the second biggest ocean. It is also the busiest ocean because there are lots of ships traveling between Africa, Europe, and North and South America. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean. It is located between Europe, Asia, and North America. Most of this ocean is north of the Arctic Circle, so it has extremely cold winters and freezing sea temperatures. The Southern Ocean is located around Antarctica and reaches to the southern parts of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. It has extremely strong winds that can cause enormous waves. In order to survive, most living things must have certain conditions. They need oxygen and carbon dioxide, and they need water. They also need sunlight and a moderate temperature. The Earth provides all these things. The Earth is made up of the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, and the geosphere. The atmosphere is the layer of gases that surrounds the Earth. The hydrosphere is every kind of water that exists on Earth. This includes water in lakes, rivers, oceans and seas, glaciers, groundwater, and water in the air. The atmosphere consists mostly of nitrogen, but it also contains oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other gases. The atmosphere extends for about 600 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The lower layers are called the troposphere, the stratosphere, and the mesosphere. The troposphere is the layer where living things are found. Most of the gases and the water vapor are in the troposphere. The clouds and winds that make the weather occur in this layer. The troposphere extends approximately 17 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The stratosphere contains the ozone layer, which absorbs the ultraviolet light and also reflects it back into space. Although sunlight is important, the ultraviolet rays from the sun can be harmful. The stratosphere extends to approximately 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The geosphere is the solid part of the Earth. It is made up of 3 spheres: the core, the mantle, and the crust. The inner sphere in the earth is called the core. This is the hottest part of the earth. It's made of iron. The outer core is liquid metal, but the inner core is solid because the pressure here is so strong that liquid iron becomes solid. The mantle is the layer that surrounds the core. Heat and pressure in the mantle can melt rock. This liquid rock is called magma. The crust is the outer layer of the geosphere. It's made up of rocks and minerals. This is the part of the earth where we see landforms such as mountains and valleys. The crust forms the continents, the islands, and the ocean floors. The crust is thicker under the continents than under the oceans. The Earth's crust is always changing and moving. Sometimes it changes because of activity inside the Earth causing earthquakes and causing volcanoes to erupt. The wind, rain, ice, and rivers can also slowly change the Earth's crust. We call this weathering and erosion. Weathering occurs when natural processes break rocks into smaller pieces. Weathering can be caused by rain and freezing temperatures, or by plants and animals. Erosion can happen after weathering, when moving water or wind move weathered rocks or soil to a different place. The Earth's crust is made up of rocks and minerals. Rocks are made of one or more minerals. We can classify rocks by their origin or how they're formed. There are three types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks form when liquid magma cools. Igneous rocks can form inside or outside the Earth's crust. Sediments and sedimentary rocks. Over millions of years, wind and water weather igneous rocks, and small rock particles form a sediment on the bottom of oceans and lakes. The upper layers of rock particles and minerals compress the lower layers of sediment and form sedimentary rocks. Heat and pressure deep inside the earth can change igneous rocks into metamorphic rocks. Minerals are non-living, solid matter from the earth. There are thousands of minerals on earth, and we classify them by their different properties. Mineral properties include the color, hardness, and luster, which is the way the mineral reflects the light. Some minerals are very hard and don't break easily. A diamond is the hardest mineral. Others, such as talc, are more fragile and break easily. Some minerals, such as galena, are very shiny, and others are dull and don't reflect light. You can see crystals in some minerals, and others, such as sulfur, look powdery. Color isn't a reliable way to identify minerals because many different minerals are the same color, but others, such as quartz, can be many different colors. The hydrosphere is all the water that exists on the earth. Water covers 75% of the planet. We can find water in all three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Ice is the solid state of water. There is ice in the Arctic and the Antarctic and on mountain summits. Water vapor is the gaseous state of water. Water vapor makes up a small part of the atmosphere and is in clouds in the troposphere. Almost all the water on Earth is in a liquid state. There are two types of liquid water: salt water, which is in the oceans and seas. Fresh water is the water in rivers and lakes, or under the ground in aquifers. Water that is under the ground is called groundwater. Only 1% of liquid water on the earth is liquid fresh water. This water comes from rain, melted snow or ice, or it can come out of the ground through natural springs. A river starts at the source and forms meanders until it ends at the mouth. Rivers usually end in oceans and seas, or they flow into a larger river. The path a river follows is called a course. We can divide the course of a river into three parts: the upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. Streams and small rivers, known as tributaries, join the river and increase its size. Some rivers have a large volume of water all year because there's a high rainfall in that area. Other rivers disappear in the dry season. To turn fresh water into drinking water, we must first clean and purify it. In order for it to be safe enough to drink, water from rivers and lakes passes through a water treatment plant. At the water treatment plant, impurities such as rubbish and plant and animal matter are filtered from the water. Then the water is also mixed with chemicals to kill harmful bacteria.